but the reality also is that we're seeing this with the Pentagon press corps. You know what? You don't need to have your access in the building to still be able to do your job. And we're and I don't think there's any noticeable. I mean, I follow the Pentagon issues, daily because of work. I don't think there's anything really noticeable so far. I mean, we don't know what we don't know, of course. But we're seeing major stories come out of the Pentagon by the mainstream news outlets, unlike having who has press passes now. Oh, The Blaze, uh, James O'Keefe, Laura Loomer. Yeah, give me a break. If you get an honorary law degree, you're not a lawyer. And these folks are not. I mean, some of them. I'm journalism and journalists has a very very broad definition, obviously, and I'm not trying to toy with that. But these are not real with quotes around real journalists that are going to properly report on the news. But you guys in the regular press have not stopped. And I would bet anything that if you didn't have your White House gaggles, if you didn't have your time in the press room with the secretary or even in the Oval Office, the stories aren't going to stop.
Yeah. Can I just throw one more thing into this? I just want people to start viewing us as people. When the president comes at someone in the Oval and says, "You're nasty, you're a terrible person," maybe calls them a name, that person, the instinct might be to go back at him, and then they check the swing, right? They take the pitch, and they start thinking about their mortgage and their kids' tuition, and their other kids going to have tuition and the car payment, and they got to get a new car soon. They got to get their kid a car. Their mom's sick. They got to help out with that. We're people too, and we have bills and responsibilities, and we got to think about our job. That's number one. Number two, this is a long game. And some of the people that he's attacked could go back at him and maybe get let go by their parent company. Maybe they latch on somewhere else, but they're an anchor somewhere, or they get an editor job. There's not a White House reporter. Maybe they get canned and they don't want to go back to the White House beat. But if you take the swing, if you play the long game, is the beat better off if the two Nazis are still in the pool for the next president? Is the White House beat stronger if Jeff Mason takes the pitch and he's still there in 5 years? I think the answer to that is yes.